for coming back to see me. So the last time we spoke, we talked about forgiveness, and it was pertaining to forgiving others. Well, before I had to do that, I had to learn a little bit of love and self-care for myself. So today, we're gonna do like a part 1A, 1B, however you wanna do it or whatever. Forgiving yourself. This, my dears and sirs, is something that I am very familiar with. As I said in the first video, I am divorced with a 5-year-old little boy who is inexperienced. That is the best way to describe it. Is parenting. Parenting in itself is an experience. So I'm grateful, but I had to get to this point. With that being said, sit on down. Let's talk. So around 26, 27, I got pregnant. Okay. Now, some of you may know my story, some of you may not, but my dad is a bishop now. At the time, he was a pastor and superintendent. And so we know that that comes with a lot of pressure, okay? Whether we want it or not. And for so long, it was so easy for me to kind of ignore it or brush it off or, you know, whatever. We hear most of our lives that the PKs are the worst children in the church. My mom used to say, that's because they hang out with your kids. Mom was a thug. As soon as I got pregnant, my dad was elected the bishop. So that was a transition. That was a transition. And because I decided that I wanted to kind of keep my image squeaky clean for so long, that was a very, very difficult season. Shout out to my mama and daddy who didn't put me out the house or call me out my name, or they loved me through it. That's one thing I will say I am appreciative of my parents for. They never turned their back on me. They never made me feel less than as it relates to, you know, the whole pregnancy experience out of wedlock. You know, we hear a lot of horror stories, especially in the church, as it relates to that. So I am forever grateful to my parents for the way they loved me through my imperfections. With that being said, everybody didn't, okay? So you have the mothers turning their noses up at you, you have the deacons turning their noses up at you, you have all these questions because at the time, the father of my child didn't attend my church, wasn't even in the same state. So I'd heard that I got pregnant from a married man, just all kinds of falsified documents circling around. It was a mess. But it's okay. I'm here to tell the story. Going through all of that really did a number on my self-esteem. Going from a size none of your business, but I was fine, to now having this huge belly and hormones all over the place. And you know, you have, as a woman, it's already a struggle emotionally carrying a child. There are so many things that go through our minds, there are so many things that go through our heads that kind of makes you uneasy. A lot of times there are things that we can talk about, there are some emotions we can't articulate, and that's okay. I know now, you know, that those things are normal, but I didn't know then. And it wasn't a matter of nobody told me, it was a matter of I didn't understand how to accept it. So fast forward, I have the baby, the father and I get married because we were in love. And the truth is, nobody wants their child to grow up without both parents being in the home. The ideal situation for any woman that carries a child is for that child's parents to be a unit, a healthy unit, and to raise that little bundle of joy in love, peace, and prosperity, honey. That's what we all want. The American dream, the white picket fence, you know, everything's all great. And as a diehard rom-com, black love, anything that represents love and its beauty, I am tuned in. I mean, like, I love love. Okay. I just felt like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then you have the church people in your head. Love conquers all. All y'all need is love. You ain't gotta worry about nothing else. All you need is love. Sure, go ahead and move to Atlanta. All you need is love. You don't worry about getting a job right away. All y'all need is, y'all go ahead and get together. Y'all, it'll work out. It'll work out. No. Girl, you done got pregnant. That man, he act like he love you. You don't even know him. He act like he love you. You act like you love him. Y'all need to go on and get married. Okay, then. Yeah, that's what the Lord would want. Is it, though? Or would the Lord want you to love yourself so much until you wouldn't even need an outside source? We were created to complement. We were created to not complete, complement. I should complement my spouse's purpose. I should complement my spouse's mindset. We should complement each other's financial, like everything should be complementary. I'm not saying that perfection is the goal, but peace should be. Anyway, so I took time out of my busy schedule to negotiate my sanity to please the people because I did not love myself. And I can say that now without feeling a thing because I know now that I am so amazing. I am worth every ounce of love God sends me. I am worth every strong, affectionate experience that God allows me to have. I am worth every drop of love. And until my Mr. Forever decides, you know what? I think you're worth it too. And I'm not putting my worth in his hands. It's in my hands. Because I now know the value that I hold. I now know the treasure I hold. But I had to get there. I had to get there. So, I have this baby. I have this hurt. I have this void. I have this pain. Transparency. I have these daddy issues. I have these mommy issues that did not prepare me for where I was headed. So fast forward to 2015. We decide we're gonna get married. My baby was 9 months, I believe, at the time. So we get married. I moved to Atlanta. And love was all I needed, right? Nope. I'm gonna say this. I do not believe that neither of us loved each other. But I will say this. I did not love myself enough to become someone's wife. That's just the God honest truth. We had our ups, we had our downs, we both had our imperfections. And at this point, I will not be bashing my son's father. But I will tell you this. We shouldn't have got married. I believe that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. And I believe we love the Lord. I believe we love each other. I just don't believe we loved ourselves enough to have a union and raise a child together. Okay. We get married, we move. Now what? Now during this time, my mom was still alive. I got married in 2015. My mom didn't pass until 2016. So there's the guilt of you left your mama at home. There's the guilt of you gotta make this work because church people don't get divorced. I'm just telling you the stigmas that we have as Christians. You got to make this work because church people don't get divorced, and you had too big a wedding. This is what we do. You had too big a wedding to move back home and be embarrassed and do all. You got to figure this out. Whatever it takes, you got to figure this out. How many of y'all know? I figured it out right back on home. Okay? Here's the thing that I had to realize once all the chips fell. I didn't love myself enough to try to love someone else. That's the bottom line. And had I done the work to begin to love on myself, then I would not have desired that kind of love from another person. Just being honest with you. So as I say this, I say to you, I don't say it because of something I've heard. I don't say it because it sounds great at Bible class. I say it because I've lived what not doing the work feels like. I know for myself that there were times I didn't want to be here anymore. And I knew my son would be okay. In my heart, in my head. Nugget's gonna be just fine if such and such raises him. Nugget's gonna be just fine. I'm talking about what, going to church every Sunday, singing in the choir every week, going home, planning my demise, trying to figure out the best method of suicide. I'm telling you what I know. But God is a healer. And if you allow yourself to feel the feels and do the work, you too can be better. I am in a place right now of peace and constant evolution. I am evolving every day. Every day I grow a little bit. Every day I heal a little bit more. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm not saying it doesn't get uncomfortable. There are definitely times where discomfort is my portion. However, I wouldn't trade my son for the world. The experience I had with his father showed me the life I don't want. It showed me the life I didn't need outside, the love, that I didn't need outside of myself. I am enough. I am enough. And it's okay to be enough by yourself. I am not my mistakes. God did not die and get up for me to be miserable and put myself in situations that negotiate and compromise my sanity. He didn't do that. He has done. It took me really, once the father of my child and I decided to separate, it took me down on my face before the Lord and all cards on the table saying, God, I can't do this life thing without you. For me to really face my imperfections. It's easy to go to church, dress up, put on a hat, a suit, and that's easy. But when you go home and you're trying to figure out, do I want to slit my wrist or do I want to pop these pills? I'm just being honest with you. Do I want to do this where my son can see, or do I want to do this where they find me later? Do I want this to be painless, or I'm talking about real conversations with myself? When I tell y'all to do the work, it's because I know what doing the work can do for you. I had so much hurt and anger and unforgiveness within myself, disappointments from myself, because Jamiris let Jamiris down, that I had no other choice in my head than to end it. Again, I can say these things because I've overcome. And I don't know who it is that needs to overcome, but I'm just here and a living witness to show you that you can. This is not the end for you. I am in a better place than I've ever been with the father of my child. I'm in a better place than I've ever been with my sanity. No more negotiations. No more negotiations, no more depletion of my energy. And I mean, I will be depleted to the point where I don't even want to move. And I hadn't done anything all day because my mind was racing as to how to solve these issues that only God could help me with. It wasn't until I fully surrendered and casted all of my cares on Him that I could totally do the work. It's funny because a lot of people saw me coming and going, and they see the makeup, and they see a smile, and they see a dimple, and they, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so talented. Oh, she's so broken. That's what you don't see. She's so depressed. That's what you couldn't see. She's so unhappy. That's what you couldn't see. She's so hurt. That's what you couldn't see. Everybody wants to be in the spotlight until they have to be in the spotlight. And it's funny because most of us that are in the spotlight would rather be in the back somewhere, but we don't have a choice. So we dress up and we play the part. Since God casted us for this role, we have to play the part. But the truth is, He did not cast us to be perfect. He did not cast us to be fraudulent. He casted us to be examples. So with that being said, I just want to encourage someone today that this is not the end for you. You messed up. Okay? Let me tell you what I found out after I had gotten pregnant. My mama messed up. My daddy messed up. My grandma messed up. I heard stories about their pasts that I had never heard. And the truth is, I don't know if I would have heard had I not gotten pregnant. I overcame by their testimonies. I overcame by being vulnerable with others and allowing God to minister to me. That was one of the hardest seasons of my life. You don't have to get up and show up for anybody but you. Show up for yourself. Do the work for yourself. Heal for yourself. You own the right. Y'all gonna keep hearing me saying that. You own the rights to your peace. You own the rights to your mental stability. You own the rights to your health. And unless you do the work, it won't get done. My mom couldn't fix my self-esteem. My dad couldn't fix my self-love. My ex-husband couldn't show me my worth. That was something Jamiris had to do. So I say to you, with love, take time for yourself. Forgive yourself. It's okay. Okay. You got 5 kids now. 6 baby daddies. I don't know. You do the math. So God didn't die for you in those 5 kids? Or is this the end of your life because you messed up 5 or 6 times? It's not. Everything you went through has purpose. Everything you've gone through, there's purpose in it. Find out what that purpose is and pursue it. If you get so consumed into your purpose, you get tunnel vision as it relates to what you want, your goals for your life, for yourself. Start working on it. It sounds impossible until you try. I'm telling you what I know. There are so many things that I've done and I've tried and I may not have succeeded. But had I not tried it, I wouldn't know. Take time for those experiences. Take time to love on yourself. There are days now with this 5-year-old boy that I have to say, I can't do this today. Are you busy? Do you have time to babysit? And I felt guilty for that at first. I did. I felt guilty. I felt like I'm less than as a mother. But how many of y'all know I can't help it from the crazy house? And I started having panic attacks. I experienced Bell's palsy. Let me tell you something. Until you've experienced physical health issues because you haven't catered to your mental health, I pray that's something you never have to deal with. But until you've experienced those things, there's no way you can understand the relief that comes with taking time for yourself. And I'm gonna say this. There are some things that manifest in our bodies in a physical sense because we do not deal with them emotionally. You have to forgive yourself. I had to forgive myself for the shame I felt I brought on my family when I got pregnant. I had to forgive myself for the shame I felt I brought on my family when I got divorced. I had to forgive myself for the shame that I felt that I brought on myself when I gained weight. I'm talking about simple things, little things. You gain weight, so what? They sell it. They sell that size. They sell it. However many X's you need, they sell it. And until you're ready to mentally do the work to work out, because that's a mental battle in itself. Getting up every morning, going to the gym is a mental battle. But if you don't take care of your mental, your physical, your emotional is attached. And all of these things get all out of whack. Hear me. If you don't forgive yourself for the things that you're carrying, if you don't forgive yourself for the mistakes that you feel you've made, if you don't forgive yourself for the imperfections that God has placed in your life to help others, that's why you gotta find the purpose in it. God didn't create you to be perfect. He created you to have purpose. I want you to know that it's okay. You messed up. Now get up. You gotta win. We gotta win. We gotta win. For me, forgiving others was easier than forgiving myself because I felt I knew better. And a lot of times we do. So what? So what? You live and you learn. Keep living. You're gonna keep on learning. And it's worth it. It's worth the reward of mental stability, the reward of taking your peace, the reward of releasing those things that don't belong to you. Shame doesn't belong to you. Guilt doesn't belong to you. All of the pain that comes with it doesn't belong to you. Let it go. I need you to put the same effort that you put into forgiving others into forgiving yourself. Or allowing others' opinions to shape the early parts of my life. That wasn't what God wanted from me. So with all that being said, I just want you all, like I said, to be encouraged. Know that it is going to be, everything gonna be all right. If it ain't all right, it ain't over. Okay? Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. I hope I've said something to all today to help you through. Because again, right now, you ain't got nothing to do but win. We all trying to head towards that championship goal, and we need to go together. We are better together. So let's do this, y'all. Let's do the work to win. I love you.